Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer, it's time for some Path of Exile discussion. In this video I wanted to showcase a strategy that's gotten pretty well known now, but if you're looking to grind XP on a character in the Heist League, this is the most efficient way to do it. Now, if you're looking to go for level 100, you're going to want to do this in level 83 Heist. On the flip side, if you're just looking to level up gems, so if you're wanting to get a whole bunch of level 20 anomalous gems so that you can get the challenge done to get to corrupt one of them into a level 21 gem, it's something you can do in Heist of any monster level. Now, what I've done, this is a repository heist that is rolled to be pretty easy. You'll see here that I've got Nemesis, I've got players have EE, and 47% more monster life. This is actually a transmute alteration regal rolling method rather than chaos spam. But this will be more effective the more map mods are on the zone, but it becomes much more dangerous. I feel the sweet spot is having a 2 or 3 mod heist, but by all means try around. Now, it was a lockpicking heist, that's not important. What's important is that by virtue of being a level 83 heist, it is going to have 3 of these side rooms that have special chests in them. I've opened all of those and I have looted all of them. And now at this point, I'm going to claim the Celestial Stone and I'm going to exploit the tremendous number of monster respawns that will appear in any heist. And all I'm doing is farming them for XP. I will just quickly take out this trash monster here. But we're not just going to farm the monsters once. We're going to run to the entrance, run back to the end, to the point that you pick up the main heist object, and then we're going to exit again. To remove distractions, let's turn trade chat off. And now at this point, we're going to start going back. Now the first time there won't be all that many monsters. This will be the normal heist gameplay loop. You'll have standard amounts of monsters, and we're just sort of going through killing stuff as we go. But the key thing on the first time through is that you want to visit all of the rooms that had the special chests in them, and kill the monsters that are there. So this is the second one of those chests. Because this has got Nemesis on it, we're going to have a lot of those volatiles going off. They can be quite dangerous, and also lightning mirages. You've got to be really careful with them. Nemesis is a pretty ugly mod to have on this, actually. It makes things a lot harder than they'd otherwise be. But the key goal is we're just pushing forward. And again, we're going to grab all of these side rooms. I knew I could tank that then, especially with a whole bunch of Soul Eater stacks, so I wasn't that concerned about it. So again, we're just sort of visiting all of the different areas of the zone. But we need to get everything open on this run through. Next time we're going to be under much more monster pressure. There's going to be a lot more monsters next time we run through, and so we don't want to have to stuff around with doors at that point. Now you can also do this in blueprints instead of contracts. This is a contract. Blueprints take a lot more setting up, but they are better than contracts are if you can afford them. In a lot of ways, you could say that that running the blueprint version of this is like Chayola's Purified Breachstones. Whereas this one's more like a Chayola's Charged Breachstone. It's still really good, but it's a lot cheaper. In fact, you'll make currency doing this. So what you're going to do is run all the way back to the escape route, but don't actually use it. And now we're going to run through the zone again, and there will be a lot more monsters. The amount of monsters that spawns increases over time and really goes off the charts. And watch them try and prove me wrong by not really spawning that many. Now the key thing is that you want to do this in a repository contract. You can also use tunnels. I find repository is superior to tunnels, but there's certainly disagreement on this. Other people think tunnels are better, but the other 7 biomes are just nowhere near as good. So again, we're going through, and this time when we go into these zones that had the special chests in them, they are going to be absolutely stacked full of monsters. But because there's so many monsters, not only are we getting a lot of XP, but we're also getting our flask charges back faster than usual. because we're just killing so many monsters all the time. So here's another room that I think was previously a divination. Oh no, it wasn't. No, that was just a small chest. This is the one that had the special chest in it. There's a limit to how many times you can do this, but the limit is actually quite high. My approach though is that I run from the end to the start to the end to the start. Now the actual end room is going to be hectic. There are going to be a lot of monsters in the end room. So here, everything is respawned, so we're going to go through there. These rooms in the repository zones are really good as well. These large square rooms, because they have a couple of grates in the floor, and it's those grates in the floor that things come out of. Because I've rolled this easy, you'll notice I'm getting hit a lot, but the hits are individually quite small. Those hits would get a lot more scary if I was running this on a 6 mod rare heist. That is still going to be better though. You will be getting about 25% more monsters that way. Okay, at this point we're just going to run back to the start. So we've gone finish to start to finish to start, and we're just going to exit this time, but we are doing all of the side areas again on the way. So this is our third time through. And I'm getting trades, of course. That always happens when I'm doing something chaotic like this. I'm just going to have to apologise to that person after. There's nothing you can do. If you get a trade during this... Oh, don't stuff up like that. Like I said, Nemesis is really dangerous because there's so many more things to dodge than usual. And, you know, you've got these things firing their little cirrus balls at you. So... And you get proximity shield monsters as well with Nemesis, which also makes things a lot harder. Proximity shields certainly make things more impactful in this game. They're a dangerous mod. So we're keeping on moving around all the time, but now we've done that room, we're going to start running back outwards. At this point you might find your computer performance begins to degrade because there are just so many more monsters. Especially with a skill like Penance Brand that explodes as much as Penance Brand does. You'll also want to have pretty solid levels of life sustain. For me, it's having Atzuri's Flask up is how I'm sustaining my character's life. So whenever I'm taking damage, I've got Life Leech from Atzuri Flask is pretty much bringing me straight back to full. I mean, it does take time. I don't have any investment in Life Leech recovery on this character, but it's enough. It handles all the non-emergency healing. The emergency healing is done via an instant flask. And there we go. We've pretty much done this zone. And so at this point, I could run back through again, but there is a point at which you stop getting XP, and I think we're getting pretty close to it. So, given that heist contracts are not particularly expensive, I'm just going to exit at this point and finish. And of course, Faustus is talking to me because I just found the Death to Darnell contract whilst I was running that. So he wants to give me a quest. Anyway, that's all there is really to it. This is one of the more ridiculous ways to farm XP in the game. It's pretty certain that it's going to get nerfed to some extent when Heist goes core in the next league. But the question of how severely it gets nerfed is an open question. As far as the various skill choices go, like, you know, you've got, should you do perception, should you do agility, should you do lockpicking, should you do trap disarmament? Trap disarmament is probably the most dangerous of them if you're not careful. Although that said, this has such easy mods on it that I'd be really happy to do this one. But otherwise, all of these will work. And this is a really explosive way to gain XP. I think I had 92%. I was 92% of the way into level 95 when I started this video. So that should give you a sense as to just how much of an enormous boost of XP you get from this. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you've got any comments or questions, fire away below.